So another Avengers Doomsday trailer has just dropped. And in this trailer, we see Charles Xavier and Magneto are back, seemingly kind of dreading having one last encounter. But of course, the most hype moment was seeing Cyclops back and on screen in one of the most epic, no, probably the most epic live action shot he's ever had. And in the background, if you notice, you also see a little bit of Sentinels walking around, or presumably Sentinels. I mean, when you have X-Men and you see giant robots running around in the back, you can kind of assume, right? And I haven't seen too many people mention that part of the video because it wasn't like a split second there, but man, that is how you do a trailer. Like, I'm really excited for the future of Marvel and like just the future of this Avengers Doomsday film. Like, there's just so much hype and aura about this whole process. Like, the way they're releasing these small teasers back to back is just amazing. And I'm all in, not gonna lie. Like, this is probably the best trailer so far between this and Thor. I really like the Captain America one as well, but these last two trailers really have like some emotional grip to them, and I'm really excited, honestly. And that kind of leads me towards a theory that I've been seeing people have, like the quote unquote baby theory, which I think is a pretty funny name because in the Captain America trailer, we see Captain America holding, his son, a baby in the trailer. In the Thor teaser, we also see him talking about his daughter that he has now through the last film he had with Love and Thunder. And in this trailer, a lot of people are assuming the reason Scott was fighting so desperately and seemingly having tears while using as much power as he has is maybe his son Nathan or whoever else was taken by Doom or these Sentinels. And they all had this parental loss that they're all grieving and going through. I mean, there even is a leak trailer out there. I won't say too much about it just to give people the chance to see it when it actually drops. But there are some theories that maybe even that has to do with a child. And, the last time we heard or saw Doom, and well, actually the only time we saw Dr. Doom in the MCU is when he approached Nathaniel Richards in the end credits of the Fantastic Four movie. So I don't know what Doom is out here doing. He's snatching up children. It seems like he's doing like his whole Vecna thing, but I'm honestly really curious to see what they're planning to do with these films. And this is a perfect way to show that the X-Men are going to be a major part of the MCU going forward. And that kind of leads to this video. I think that this is the year of the X-Men. Like, Marvel, please don't mess this up. The X-Men, I don't think we need a redemption, but we need a redemption. Like, we need a redemption on the big screen. Because you have, of course, Deadpool and Wolverine and the plethora of other Wolverine movies that were successful. But if we're being honest, like, besides Deadpool and Wolverine, the X-Men haven't really stuck the landing in the recent years. Really, Wolverine has just been carrying the entire franchise on his back, and not gonna lie. So I would love to just have the X-Men front and center on the big screen and able to, even if Wolverine is in the movie, just able to be on their own without having to ride on the coattails of him and Deadpool. And like I said, this is the year of the X-Men because we have the return of X-Men 97. For all my comic book fans out there who read, we have a Cyclops solo series that is going to start soon. And the potential spotlight in Doomsday, the leader of the X-Men, Scott Summers, seems to be getting the shine he desperately deserves. I don't know if you saw my last video or not, but I really think Scott needs to have just a lot more respect put on his name. He's the leader of the X-Men, and he always seems to be the one left behind. But he's honestly, in my opinion, the greatest X-Men there is. One of the greatest mutants up there with Magneto, Magic, and a few others. This is probably the most engagement he's ever had for any of the X-Men films. I mean, like I said, I really hope the same spotlights for the entire X-Men. We've seen a few X-Men characters in the MCU so far, like Professor X, of course, in Multiverse of Madness. And even Beast showed up in the Marvels, but Doomsday seems to be the proper introduction for these characters, and this needs to be done right. The X-Men are my favorite comic book team, and alongside the Fantastic Four, they're kind of really the heart and soul of what makes Marvel Comics so amazing. So with both teams sharing the big screen in 2026 at the same time, you have to make this magical. And even though the MCU has been on a downtrend, is what people like to say, compared to previous years, I have all the faith in the world after the vibe that these last three teasers have given us and all the news that has come out since. And really, with all the theories in the world, we still don't know for sure exactly what Doomsday or even Secret Wars will be about. And I'm really excited about that. And I'm really excited to see what's actually going to be in store for us in the future. As a longtime X-Men fan, seeing them alongside other Marvel heroes on the big screen like Captain America is going to feel weird but necessary. I mean, seeing the two different film franchises finally merging together honestly feels like a guaranteed hit that I think the X-Men so desperately need in order to get some true momentum when they fully return in the MCU. I mean, like I mentioned, we've had movies like Deadpool and Wolverine, but to be honest, that's really just more of like a Wolverine film and not even a mutant or X-Men film, since no one else really had the spotlight. Even though there were a couple other mutants in that movie, I mean, even the main villain was a mutant. It kind of always seemed like whenever Wolverine was around or even Deadpool, that no one else really mattered. It was just their movies. It's not really an X-Men movie. And seeing Cyclops having the hypest part of the teaser and being the main topic of social media for the first time has me feeling like Thanos. Like, I mean, it really does put a smile on my face. So the real fun is going to be the predictions. Like I mentioned, we have the baby theory. I mean, that is something that could potentially be the case. I'm not really too big on it, but I do see that there is a pattern building there. Now, the Sentinels in the background, I don't think they're going to play a major part into this movie. I feel like the Sentinels are a big threat of their own. I don't know how they're going to fit all of that into this 3-hour and 45-minute movie. So I doubt the Sentinels are going to have a big part. If anything, I think that scene with the X-Men all kind of being in this destroyed manner with the Sentinels walking around is probably going to be like maybe a 15-minute scene at most, where we see how the X-Men end up in quote unquote battle world or anywhere else where Doom is involved. Maybe we'll see a little bit of their world and their universe where they're from, and it's probably really messed up. I mean, if we're being honest, every timeline that has X-Men in it gets destroyed one way or another, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. And we're probably not going to get a whole lot dealing with that whole situation, just because, like I said, runtime, and it might not even be necessary to even delve into. It's fun to make our own theories, just seeing a little bit of it. But I can definitely say that there were some Sentinels in that background, and I'm really curious on how they're going to look. They don't look like the Days of Future Past Sentinels. Like, I know a lot of people, including myself, had problems with the way those Sentinels look, even though that's a fantastic movie. These, just by the feet, look like the more traditional, or at least more upscaled version of the Sentinels that we've seen so far. So, but either way, it looks really cool. And that entire scene is going to be awesome. Just seeing Scott take out a Sentinel, or even just seeing the X-Men fight against Sentinels, is going to be really, really cool to see on the big screen in Doomsday. And it's really going to set the hype up for the movie. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if all the teasers so far take place within like the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie, and we're just kind of seeing how these different characters are being impacted in these universes and how they're eventually going to all team up, or might not even team up. Like, if I'm being honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Doom is going to have people on his side, and one of those people could be Scott. I mean, if you know anything about Scott and the X-Men, I mean, he wouldn't be too far against with what Dr. Doom has going on. I think he, especially if his child is involved, would definitely side with Dr. Doom over anyone else. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see other people join the fray. I mean, I could see someone like Namor also joining sides with Dr. Doom. Heck, I know that their concept art released a while back. I did a video on that as well. And on that concept art that they have for Doomsday, we see other characters in Doom's throne room, like Doctor Strange, and I wouldn't be surprised if Strange switched sides as well. Even if he's not doing a whole double agent thing, I could see Doctor Strange looking through and realizing maybe Doom is right, and the best thing we can do is just be on his side going forward. And it would be really cool to see Dr. Doom have these strong characters on his side. And Cyclops is a right-hand man. I mean, he doesn't get a lot of credit that he deserves, but he is really tactical and ingenious and strong. So that's going to be a really dangerous partner to have. So with all that being said, the X-Men are here, and they look better than ever. I mean, I didn't even mention the suit. Did you guys see that Jim Lee era suit? Like, that is awesome. Like, I can't wait to see that. That's what we needed right there. I know a lot of people really aren't too big on comic accurate suits, which is kind of crazy, but that suit looked amazing, and I need more of that in my life. So, are you all excited to see the X-Men make their true debut in the MCU? Well, yeah, I guess of course you are. I mean, you wouldn't be watching this video if you weren't. So go ahead and comment down below what you hope to see and any Avengers Doomsday theories that you may have. I'm definitely really curious to see what you all are thinking. So once again, It's Keith here, and thanks for watching.